Om Agnanatimirandhasya Gnananjanashalaakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupah Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yutapadakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Hare Krishna. So I welcome all of you for today's session. So Śāstra Pramāṇa in this course, today's session is the third session. So just as we discussed, so in the yesterday's class, Shabda Pramāṇa was the last discussion. Before that, we also discussed so Anumana Pramāṇa, how it functions. We didn't go in details of that, but we discussed so as much necessary for our further progress of our course. But Anumana Pramāṇa is also having a lot of discussion in that. But this is, I think I felt enough. And first today we discussed about Pratyaksha Pramāṇa and also Pramāṇam, Prama, Prameyam and Pramata. These things we discussed. Just quickly, we touched some few points. So we categorized Gnanam into two ways. Yathartha Gnanam, that's Anubhava Gnanam, Anubhava Gnanam and Smriti Gnanam. Anubhava is going to generate the samskaras, and those samskaras, from that samskara, Smriti can be produced. That's the beginning day I said this. And after that, Anubhava is, that means whatever the samskara janyam gnanam, Smriti Gnanam, apart from that, whatever is there, that is known as Anubhava Gnanam. So Anubhava Gnanam is once again categorized into Yathartha Anubhava, Ayathartha Anubhava. And Yathartha Anubhava we have seen, so there are the various types like Pratyaksham Gnanam. Yathartha Anubhava Gnanam means Pratyaksham Gnanam, Anumiti Gnanam, Shabda Gnanam, Arsha Gnanam, Upamiti Gnanam. So like this, 10 types Gnanam are possible. And for those Gnanam, whatever the cause is there, cause means instrument, so that is known as Pramāṇam. Yes, for the Gnanam or the Prama, so the useful thing, that means the one which is used to produce that Gnanam, the main cause for production of that Gnanam is known as Pramāṇam. That also we discussed. So that's why for the Pratyaksham Gnanam, what is the Pramāṇam? Pratyaksha Pramāṇam. And for the Anumiti Gnanam, what is the Pramāṇam? So Anumana Pramāṇam. For the Shabda Gnanam, what is the Pramāṇam? Shabda Pramāṇam. So like this, for all these 10 types of Gnanam, there will be 10 Pramāṇas. So that means we have 10 Pramāṇas. This is about what? Yathartha Gnanam. Yathartha Anubhava. And Ayathartha Anubhava also is there. Yathartha Anubhava means what we said? Seeing things as it is. That means if we are seeing the mobile, seeing it as mobile only. So then it is Yathartha Gnana. And also I give example. So there is a silver, and seeing the silver as silver is Yathartha Gnana. And seeing or the getting the knowledge about that object, you are getting the knowledge, not only just seeing. Seeing means you may think that the pratyaksha, but getting the knowledge about that object as it is. So then that is known as Yathartha Gnana. And getting the knowledge about the object differently. Example, there is a seashell is there, seashell. And that seashell, we are seeing it as silver. So, but silver, it's not silver. So then it is the Ayathartha Anubhava. This is Ayathartha Anubhava. So then this kind of Gnanam is known as Brahma. It also known as Brahma and Prama. That means Anubhava is two types. Yathartha Anubhava, Ayathartha Anubhava. Yathartha Anubhava is also known as Prama. Ayathartha Anubhava is also known as Brahma. This we discussed. We all, so no confusion in this. Then after that, so Yathartha Anubhava. So there are the Yathartha Gnanam. That means it's 10 types already said. Pratyaksha Gnanam. So Pratyaksha Gnanam means what? Indriya Artha Sannikarsha Janyam Gnanam Pratyaksham Gnanam. When the senses are coming in contact with the sense objects, then there is a production of the knowledge that is known as Pratyaksha Gnanam. Okay, we read this. And this Pratyaksha Gnanam is once again 24 types we have seen. So what are those? So first basically, so there are 6 senses are there. And that's why it is 6 types. Because we know 5 knowledge senses. Apart from that, our acharyas in the Bhagavad Gita also we see Manas Sashtani Indriyani. Sashtani Indriyani. How many senses are there? 6 senses are there. So that's why we have considered 6 senses. Even the Jiva Goswami also in the Tattva Sandarbha, he is saying 6 senses. And these 6 senses, 6 types of the, so Pratyaksha Gnanam. And also it is 2 types, Nirvikalpaka Gnanam and Savikalpaka Gnanam. So that means 2 into 6, then it is 12. And once again, it is 2 types. So Vaidusha Pratyaksham, Avaidusha Pratyaksham. Vaidusha means those entities whose senses are free from the 4 defects. So who are free from the 4 defects. And senses are free from 3 defects, and that person is free from the 4 defects. So that's why we have 4, he is free from the 4 defects. And that kind of person is known as Vidusha. And who is not free from these 4 defects, he is known as Avaidusha. So then if you take these 2 also consideration, 12 into 2, 2 into 12, then that will be 24 types. Like we have seen, 24 types of Pratyaksha Gnana. So, yes. Actually, discussion, if you do a lot, is there, but at least this is a basic level of course. And we cannot discuss so much. And also we have limited time. So now, Anumana Pramāṇa. Then after that, we went to the Anumana Pramāṇam, Anumiti Gnanam. How Anumiti Gnanam is made, how it is functioning. First and foremost thing is, in Anumiti Gnanam, what is the consideration? First, through Pratyaksha Pramanam, we are getting the knowledge about the surroundings. So we are seeing our surroundings. Example is given here. So one boy is there and he is watching. So the kitchen and also Gostam means the cow shed, and also different places. He is seeing the relationship between the fire and the smoke. He is seeing all the time. So smoke is coming from fire only. Without fire, smoke cannot be produced. The smoke is always coming from fire. Fire is the cause for the smoke. And also he is seeing some other places where there is a fire and there is no smoke. But it's not that wherever there is a fire, there should be smoke. But wherever there is a smoke, there should be fire. Because without fire can exist without smoke also. So that's why you cannot make the rule that wherever there is a fire, there is a smoke. Can you make this kind of rule? You cannot make this rule. If you make this rule, it will not be true in some cases. Example is like if you take a red hot, so that's iron red hot, that's fire is there in that, but there is no smoke. Like a red iron ball. So iron ball, if you kept in a fire and you heat it, it became red and it's like a fire. It's fire. Can you see any smoke there? No smoke. So that's why you cannot make a rule that wherever there is a fire, there should be a smoke. There is a smoke. No. But wherever there is a smoke, there is a fire. So that's why this is the rule we make from our observation. So for this observation, what is used? Pratyaksha is used. Then making this rule, one day he went to a mountain. There at that mountain, he is seeing the smoke from the top of the hill, smoke coming from the top of the hill. So then what? He remembered that rule. Oh, now here the smoke is there, and wherever there is a smoke, there should be fire. That means I am seeing the smoke from the hill. That means there is fire on the mountain or the hill. There is a fire on the hill. So like this, he is coming to the conclusion. So this is the Gnanam produced. What Gnanam produced here? Through the Anumana Pramanam. Here Anumiti Gnanam is what? Fire is on the hill. This is the Anumiti Gnanam. For this Anumiti Gnanam, this procedure, applying the rule in the present condition, and knowledge is produced. So that's why knowledge is known as, that means fire is on the hill. This is the Anumiti Gnanam. And applying the Vyapti Gnanam, that means Vyapti means rule. Vyapti Gnanam means here rule. So applying this rule is known as Anumana Pramana. So this is the case. Individually, when you do apply Anumana Pramana, this is the procedure. But same this Anumana Pramanam, so Anumiti Gnanam, production of Anumiti Gnanam, if you want to explain to others, then you will be using the 5 statement procedure. 5 statements, that means 5 limbs procedure. One procedure is having the 5 limbs. And that is, I didn't explain. So anyway, so that is there, you can see in the book. And because we have to save the time also. And next, after discussing this, that means Anumati Gnanam, how it is produced, we have seen. After discussing this, so we went to the Shabda. Shabda means what I said, Aptavakyam Shabda. So Shabda Pramana means Aptavakyam. Here, Aptavakyam, Aptavakyam Shabda. Aptavakyam mane, Aptavakyam means authoritative person. Sentence. Authoritative person's sentence. Actually, here, one thing I have to mention for all of you. According to the Nayayikas, Shabda Pramana means Aptavakyam. That means authoritative statement. Or the statement from the authorities. Or the sentence from the authorities. They say it is the Shabda Pramana. Shabda. But if you go to the Vedantis, that means we have 6 philosophies now. You all know 6 philosophies. So in that 6 philosophies, the Vedantis are also Uttar Mimamsa. They are also one. What they say? They say that Shabda means we consider only Vedas. That means Apaurishaya Vakyam. Apaurishaya Vakyam is the Shabda, they say. That means Vedas. And Aptavakyam, they consider it as a Arsha Pramana. You're understanding? Now the point is, Naiyayikas, they don't have Arsha Pramāṇa. And the Vedantis, so they are accepting two differently. Shabda means they are accepting Aptavakyam, but what is that Aptavakyam? Shabda Pramāṇa, that means Apaurusheya Vakyam, which is the Vedic statement. So this is the difference between the Naiyayikas and Vedantis. I am saying according to the, so Naiyayikas, Aptavakyam I am saying. But if you go to the Vedanti school, so they say, so Shabda means Veda, and so Aptavakyam, that means some authoritative statements, they consider it as Arsha Pramāṇa. That is the only. It's not a big thing, but same thing. So one is seeing differently as a 2, and Nayayika is seeing it as a 1. Okay. So Aptavakyam. So in the Sabda Pramāṇa, how knowledge is produced, in the Sabda Gnana, how it is produced. First what? We are hearing the sentence. Sentence means what? Is a combination of words. And every word is having the Shakti. Every word is having the potency to denote some object. So who is giving that potency to that word? So Ishvaraha. That means the creator. The creator is giving. So that's why. So here Ishvara is giving the potency to the each word. So when we hear a sentence, through Pratyaksha Pramāṇa, we are cognizing the words. But Pratyaksha is helping that much only. But Shabda means what? So after getting the words, we will be hearing. We will be recalling the meanings of each word. And then after that, making the Anvaya of those words. That means Anvaya means connecting them. Seeing the possibility of the connection among these words. Then we understand the complete meaning of that sentence. And then after that understanding, you will be getting there some knowledge. Example is, I can give you an example. Someone said to you, so you might have closed your eyes. Someone said to you, no, one thing, okay, you take another example. Someone said to you, there is a full of snow in Himalayas. There is a full of snow in Himalayas. You didn't go to Himalayas, you didn't see. But now you came to know Himalayas are full of snow. So how you got this knowledge? Someone told to you, there is a sentence, one sentence. There is a full of snow in Himalayas. So you know the word, there is a full of snow in Himalayas. Himalayas means is a type of mountain, is one of the mountain in India. And it is, so snow means, day-to-day life you have learned before that, what is snow. And full means, that means it's a total. So now full of snow means Himalayas fully covered with the snow. So you, from these words, you got the knowledge. By understanding individual meanings of each word, you got this knowledge. This is known as, so this knowledge is known as Shabda Gnana. So by recalling the meanings and connecting them, then only you got. So this procedure is known as Shabda Pramāṇa, recalling the meanings of the words and connecting. So then after that, we learn one important point here. So sentence means, when can you call a sentence? It should be following the 3 criteria. What is that? First one is Akanksha. Second one is Yogyata. Third one is Sannidhi. These 3 things has to be there. Akanksha should be completely satisfied. You cannot call a sentence Ravi is. Ravi is not a sentence, because Akanksha is not completely satisfied there. Akanksha is not satisfied. How can you say Ravi is what? You'll ask what? Ravi is a teacher. Ravi is a cricketer. Ravi is a man. Ravi is a boy. Ravi is a student. Ravi is a some dancer. Ravi is a dancer. So that's why Ravi is. It cannot be a sentence. It can be sentence. It should be akanksha should be completed. That means if you say Ravi is akanksha, that means after that akanksha means enquiry is coming actually. So some unfulfilled thing is there. Enquiry is there. So that enquiry should be completely fulfilled. Ravi is a dancer. Then it's over. Then there is akanksha is satisfied. So this can be sentence. So next yogyata. Yogyata means the sentence should possess the positive. That means reality. That means some that means it should possess the reality. Example, Ravi sprinkles floor with the fire, sprinkling with the hand. So with the hand, Ravi sprinkles the fire with the fire. That means Ravi sprinkles fire. This is not possible because nobody can do this. One can sprinkle water, but sprinkling fire is not possible. So that's why here yogyata is not there. This you cannot call it as a sentence because yogyata, that means possibility is not there. Yogyata means possibility of the meaning. The meaning of sentence should be possible actually. In this whole universe, it is not possible like that. Like you can say one more sentence. The sky flower is so beautiful. Sky flower. Flower from the sky. Sky, can you get this kind of flower from the sky? Is it possible? So flowers comes on plants, na? Now are the trees. Flowers also comes from sky? No. So or otherwise, rabbit horns are beautiful. Rabbit horns are beautiful. Is it possible? Yogyata is not there. There is no yogyata. That means the meaning of the sentence is not possible at all. So then you cannot consider it as a sentence. Next to sannidhi. The time lapse between each word should not be too, that means too late. That means today morning you said Ravi, and next day morning you said is. After that, next day morning you said a dancer. Then this is not a sentence because the time between these words should be one matra actually, maximum one matra. So that's why the words, it should be two away, then we cannot consider it as a sentence. So like this, we have seen, so Shabda Pramāṇa, how it functions. So, and Shabda Gnana, how it is produced. Then after that, we have few more things, few more Pramāṇas. Quickly, we should finish those in our today's class, and we should enter into the inefficiency of the pratyaksha over the shabda. We have to discuss, and also we are going to discuss some little thing about the ayathartha gnanam. So that also we should discuss a little bit. Then we can move forward. Okay, and also yesterday I discussed the mechanism of the pratyaksha as per the Bhagavad school. So okay, so that's a chitta, ahankara, buddhi, and manas, indriyas, how they are involved. This was discussed. You can make it as a note. And but if you learn one style, then automatically you can learn everything. Others also it's not so difficult. Okay, so now today we are going to discuss Arsha Pramāṇa. According to the Nayayikas, there is no Arsha Pramāṇa. But according to the Vedantis, they say Shabda means only Vedas. And then they consider authoritative statement means the sages also as authority. And then in their case, it is known as Arsha Pramāṇam. Okay, let me show my screen. So Arsha Pramāṇa means what? Authoritative sages. So there are these several sages like Kapila, Gautama, Patanjali. They are the authorities because they are having the different schools of the philosophy. So their statement is considered as a pramana, as a right knowledge. Pramanam, their statement is a shabda, that means is a pramana. And the knowledge produced from that statement is shabda gnanam, that's the prama. So this is the arsha pramanam. So not much is there in this sage statements. Next, upamana pramanam. Upamana pramanam means, so sadrishya gnanam will be utilized here as a tool. Sadrishya gnanam. As a upamana pramanam means sadrishya gnanam. Sadrishya gnanam means the similarity of the two objects is used as a tool to produce the knowledge. So how it is functioning, let me explain with an example. There is a small boy is there in the school. This boy didn't go to any time forest in his life. He never go till now. And teacher is explaining to him about the Nilgai. You know Nilgai? Nilgai you all might be knowing. Nilgai you know no? Yes or no? Yes? Yeah. Nilgai. Vrindavan, if anyone came to Vrindavan, they could have seen Nilgai actually. If you come to that, what is that? Chettikara. There you might have seen. So in front of that Vaishnavi Devi temple in the fields, you could have seen a lot of Nilgais. It looks like a cow. It almost looks like a cow. Okay? Nilgai. This boy doesn't know about that Nilgai. Nilgai in English, what they say? I don't know. But I don't know. It's not blue cow, definitely. It is the Nilgai in Hindi, they say Nilgai. But I don't know in English. So that is the one, it looks like a cow. And this boy doesn't know. Blue buck. Huh? Blue buck. Okay, blue buck. Antelope. Antelope. Okay. It's kind of it's a type of antelope and blue buck. So this is a Nilgai. And this boy doesn't know that. And teacher wants to explain about that. So then teacher used the knowledge about the cow. This boy but have seen the cow. And so to this boy, teacher said that, you know, my dear child, this blue buck, so is almost looks like a cow. Only thing is, it is not having the dewlap. What is the difference? Little difference is dewlap is not there, but it looks like as it is like cow, but it is not cow. Like that. That means that kind of information is given. Then this boy went to forest one day and he was seeing the Nilgai. And immediately he recalled the knowledge said by the teacher. Nilgai looks like cow, but it is not cow. Then he is seeing this animal, Nilgai, and yeah, it is looking like cow, but it is not cow because it is not having the dewlap. So this knowledge, that means Nilgai looks like cow. This knowledge he is applying here and getting the knowledge that this animal is Nilgai. Finally, he got the what knowledge? This whatever animal is there in front of his eyes. So he came to conclusion that this animal is Nilgai. This knowledge is known as Upamiti Gnana. This animal is Nilgai or blue buck. This is what? Upamiti Gnana. This Gnana is produced or not? Knowledge is produced or not? Yes, knowledge is produced. But based on what it is produced? Based upon the knowledge of this similarity between the cow and the Nilgai. This knowledge is the tool here. So that's why Sadrishya Gnanam. Sadrishya Gnanam means knowledge about the similarity. Knowledge about the similarity. So this Sadrishya Gnanam is the tool here. Is a tool to produce. So what? Knowledge. What knowledge? This animal is Nilgai. This animal is Nilgai is what? Upamiti Gnana. Okay? Understood? Yes. Upamiti Gnanam is produced by what? Upamana Pramāṇam. Upamana Pramāṇam is what here? Sadrishya Gnanam. Sadrishya Gnanam means the knowledge of the similarity. Knowledge about the similarity. Okay. Next, we'll be going to the next Pramāṇa. Arthapatti. Arthapatti means presumption. So it's a presumption. What is the dictionary meaning of presumption? An idea that is taken to be true on the basis of probability. An idea that is taken to be true on the basis of probability. So how to apply this Arthapatti? So you take here. So to reconcile to apparently consistent perceived facts, we guess actually. That means probability. Probability of the so possible reason actually. Probability of the reason. So we consider some reason. We consider some reason to reconcile to perceived. That means pratyaksha, through pratyaksha to perceived things. This is the one definition. Or otherwise, Arthapatti means, I gave the one more, that means technical thing. Asadyat arthadrishtya sadaka anyatha kalpanam arthapattihi. Asidyat arthadrishtya sadaka anyartha kalpanam. Sadaka anyartha kalpanam arthapatti. By the view of non-accomplishing cause, assuming other accomplishing cause. This is the thing. I shared this file also. You can take any of these two. Both are same. Arthapatti means asidyartha drishtya sadaka anyartha kalpanam arthapatti. In English, by the view of non-accomplishing cause, assuming other accomplishing cause. Example I will give, then it will become more clear. Arthapatti, how it functions. Arthapatti Pramāṇam. So there is a one Devadatta. Devadatta is a very common word. You should take this Devadatta word as an example in all these technical languages, and this, especially these Pramāṇas and these ancient days. Even our Bhagavatam also, our commentators, everyone. So someone name should take as an example. Na? So Devadatta name is commonly taken example name. So Devadatta, Pino Devadatta Diva na bhumte. Pino Devadatta Diva na bhumte. Mane ek mota Devadatta hai. There is a one fatty Devadatta, healthy and fatty. There is a fatty and healthy Devadatta. He doesn't eat food in daytime. There are the two statements are in front of you. Two facts. One is, so Devadatta is healthy and he doesn't eat in the daytime. So these two facts are there. If you want to reconcile these two, then we have to assume some fact actually, which is probable. What is that fact we should assume? Tell me, anyone wants to say? Healthy Devadatta, Devadatta is healthy and he doesn't eat on the daytime. So to reconcile this, we should accept some probable cause. What is that? Susukumari Mataji, boliye. Tell me.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat.
Hare Krishna.
That means probability comes ki he's eating in the night time.
Yes. That Devadatta is eating in the night time. Because he's healthy. He doesn't have any disease. It's not that because of disease he became fatty. Healthy Devadatta and fatty and healthy, but he's not eating the daytime. That means what? Without eating, one cannot become fatty and healthy. That means he is eating the night. So that's why Arthapatti is like this. That means Asidhya. So that means there is a cause. There is a cause is there. There is a cause, but it is not visible to us. But it is assumed. That's a probable cause. That's a presumption. This we say presumption. That means some fact is assumed based upon the probability, actually. Probability. This is a probability. Maybe in extreme case, maybe some Devata came and he make him fatty. That may happen. That also may happen. But the most probable cause is eating night only. So in extra, that means special cases, maybe something can happen. We are not going to deny that. That's why in Arthapatti, so this is way it functions. There will be two things in front of you, and the two facts are there. And to reconcile that, you are assuming some probable cause. Then this is known as Arthapatti. Here two facts are what? So Devadatta is healthy and fatty, and second thing is he doesn't eat in the daytime. So this is the fact. Okay. Another example is Devadatta is alive and Devadatta is not in the house. So it is leading to what? What is the conclusion then? What is the thing you can assume then? What you can assume? Arthapatti means you are assuming some possible fact. So then that is he is in the outside of the house. Okay, this is the way we can consider. But we didn't see he's in the outside the house by the pratyaksha. But we are coming to that conclusion to reconcile these two statements. So to reconcile these two statements, we are considering the third one. So that third one, which is probable and most probable and fact. Okay, this is the way how Arthapatti functions. These are all looking like what? These are all looking like the Arsha is nothing but the like Shabda Pramāṇa only. Okay, and also Upamiti Pramāṇa, that means Upamiti Gnanam, that means Upamana Pramāṇa. It is also looking like what? That means similar Gnana we are applying. It is also looking like simply you can say it's like Anumana Pramāṇa. Upamana Pramāṇa is like Anumana Pramāṇa. Arsha Pramāṇa is nothing but the Shabda Pramāṇa only. And this Arthapatti is also Anumana Pramāṇa only. You are guessing, you are Anumana. Like you see, you are seeing the smoke, and then after that, smoke cannot come without fire. So there is a fire. So similarly here, Devadatta is fatty. So, but without eating, he cannot be fatty. So he is not eating the daytime. That means he is eating the night time. So this is also kind of Anumana only. So there will be a little differences, but it's not a considerable actually. So our Jiva Goswami is going to consider only three Pramanas, majorly. So Pratyaksha, Anumana, and Shabda only. Why of course there 10 are there. So he considered 10, but he will discuss about these three only. Why he is not discussing about these 7 remaining? Because all those 7 will be coming somehow or other under. So last, that means these three only. That is the reason actually. Okay, now Arthapatti is over. So you can go for the next one. Anupalabdhi. Anupalabdhi means what? This may be understood either as the non-cognition of being or as the cognition of the absence of being. This is the thing actually. Anupalabdhi. So what it means? Anupalabdhi means what? There is a book. Book can be perceived by the eyes. If someone keep book in front of your eyes can see that and get the knowledge that this object is book. According to the Nayayikas, absence of something is also one padartha. Try to understand. According to the Nayayikas, absence of some padartha, that means absence of this glass, this mug, is also one padartha. Okay? Now, this fact you should know. Now come to the point. What is Anupalabdhi? I am explaining. In the Anupalabdhi, how this Pramāṇa functions, this may be understood either as the non-cognition of being, or as the cognition of the absence of being. Eyes can perceive book. Now on the table, there is no book. It's completely empty. Table is empty. So now you are seeing the table. On the table. So generally eyes can experience about the book. Now eyes are not experiencing the book on the table. From this, you are coming to the conclusion that there is no book. There is no book on the table, or otherwise there is the absence of the book. Absence of the book is a padartha that cannot be experienced by the eyes. But that you concluded by what? By the upalabdhi. By the upalabdhi of the what? Book. Try to understand here. Try to understand. Eyes can experience book. Yes, that is known as upalabdhi. Eyes can experience the book. It is known as upalabdhi. I expect, please try to focus on the things. Eyes can experience the book. Now on the table, there is no book. Eyes are not experiencing the book on the table. So this is concluding to the what? Absence of the book, which cannot be experienced by the eyes. Okay? This is the way Anupalabdhi Pramāṇa functions. Next thing is Sambhava. Sambhava is nothing but what? Inclusion. If someone has 100 rupees, means he is having the 10 rupees also. Because 10 tens are included in the 100. So that's why you can say that he is having the 10 rupees also. If someone is having the 100 rupees, means obviously automatically he is having the 10 rupees. 10 rupees. 10 rupees also, no, 10 rupees. He's having the 10 rupees. There is no problem in this, to say this. This is known as Sambhava. Aitihya. What is Aitihya? Aitihya Pramāṇa. Knowledge which is coming from the traditions. Tradition refers to the, Aitihya means tradition. So refers to the handing down of information, beliefs and the customs by word of mouth or by example from one generation to the another without knowledge of the original source of such facts. Like in your village, 5 generations back, on some place there is a temple. There was temple. And but because of some great calamity, it was demolished and it's over. And nobody is putting nobody is constructing anything there because it was the temple place. So, but now in the 5th generation, you came to know this place is the temple's place. But how you came to know this? So this is coming from the generation of the generation, generation of the generation after the generation. Okay. The knowledge which is coming from through the generations, which is transmitted through the generations after the generations, is known as Aitihya. Next one is Chesta. The last one, but the least. What is the Chesta? Chesta is nothing but gesture. Gestures refers to the apprehensions of ideas, information, or sentiments conveyed through a qualified individual's movements of the body or through his application of symbols. Symbols like traffic signals, red light is a symbol actually. It is conveying the information. Red light means you should stop. Green light means you should go. And there is a victory. Then you'll be showing the 2 fingers like this. Yes. Victory means you will show 2 fingers. Showing these 2 fingers is indicating the victory. Like some kind of tables, signals, drawings. All these are all conveying the information. That means that symbol is producing the gnana. The symbol is producing the gnana or conveying the gnana actually. So this is known as symbols conveying the knowledge. These symbols are known as Chesta Pramāṇa. Gestures are symbols. Okay. It is also kind of Shabda only. And Aitihya is also kind of Shabda. And Anupalabdhi is kind of Pratyaksha. Arthapatti is kind of Upamana. So like this, 10 Pramāṇas are there. Who is accepting what Pramāṇas? That is said, Charvakas, that means Charvakas, all of you know. So materialist, they accept only Pratyaksha. Buddhist and Vaisheshikas, we have 6 Astika schools. What are those? Nyaya, Vaisheshika, Yoga, Sankhya, Purvamimamsa, Uttaramimamsa. So Vaisheshikas, they accept Anumana Pramāṇa. Buddhists also accept Anumana Pramāṇa along with Pratyaksha. That means they accept 2. The Sankhyas and Yoga school. So they accept one more additional one. That is Shabda Pramāṇa. So Patanjali followers, Sankhya means, so Kapila followers, they accept, so one more Pramāṇa. That is Shabda. That means they accept 3. Naiyayikas, they accept, that means one more thing separately. That is Upamana Pramāṇa. Apart from these 3, they felt that Upamana Pramāṇa should be considered separately. Instead of considering Upamana as the Anumana, so they felt it is a need to consider separately. And the followers of Prabhakara, that means Mimamsaka. Mimamsaka is also having the 2 sets. So Prabhakara sets, so Kumarila Bhatta and Prabhakara. The Prabhakara followers, they accept Arthapatti as the 5th Pramāṇa. So that means they accept remaining 4 and they felt accepting Arthapatti separately is needed. So that's why this is 5th Pramāṇa is accepted by them. Then the followers of the Kumarila Bhatta, that means he is the 2nd division of the Purvamimamsakas, Kumarila Bhatta. So they accept one more thing, and also along with the Advaitins and they accept what? Anupalabdhi also they accept. So as the 6th Pramāṇa. Apart from those 5, this is the 6th one they accept. Pauranikas, they accept Asambhava and Aitihya. So above those 6, that means 6 plus 2, 8. Tantrikas, they accept Cheshta and Arsha. Apart from those 3, along with, not apart, along with those 8, that means total 10. That means Tantrikas, they accept Cheshta and Arsha along with those 8. So like this, although Jiva Goswami accepts all 10 Pramāṇas, he subsumes them into 3 categories. He accepts 10 Jiva Goswami, but they brought them all into only basically into 3 categories. What are those? Pratyaksha, Anumana, and Shabda. That means to decide what is the right Pramāṇa, so we simplified all these 10 into 3 categories. Simplified all these into 3. That means now in our plate, how many are there now Pramāṇas? 3. Why those schools accepting one Pramāṇa extra? If you want to know, it's a big discussion actually. It's a big discussion actually. You need to know a lot of their crux and their philosophy you should know. What is the reason they found actually? But Jiva Goswami, in sum total, out of these 10 Pramāṇas, accepting, so total 10, but basically is seeing this 10 as 3. Okay. Now, before going to compare these 3 and establishing the perfect Pramāṇa, which is nothing but the Śāstra, we want to discuss few more things. One is Ayathartha Anubhavaha. Ayathartha Anubhavaha. This little information I will give. It will be useful for us. And also, we can discuss something about the Smriti. Okay? So we are going to that side. Ayathartha Gnanam, Ayathartha Anubhava. Anubhava means Gnanam. Ayathartha Anubhava. Okay, Anubhava it's better. Anubhava. Yes, we have Anubhava 2 types. Yathartha Anubhava, Ayathartha Anubhava. Now we are discussing about the Ayathartha Anubhava. Ayathartha Anubhava Trividaha. Samshaya Viparyaya Tarka Vedat. Ayathartha Anubhava includes 3 things. One is what? Samshaya means doubt. Viparyaya means opposite knowledge. Tarka means logic. These 3 are the Ayathartha Anubhavas. What is these 3? I will explain now. Ekasmin dharmini viruddha nana dharma vaishishyavagahi. Viruddha nana dharma vaishishyavagahi. So that is the samshaya. Gnanam avagahi gnanam samshayaha. Ekasmin dharmini viruddha nana dharma vaishishyavagahi gnanam samshayaha. What it mean, English meaning? That object is having the one property, but you are seeing the many properties in that. Example is, there is a pole. There is a pole is there. And by seeing the pole, maybe that is a little dark actually, evening time, It's about to become night. Some darkness already began. So then you are seeing a pole there. It's a new place. You are seeing a pole from far, but you are seeing that object pole. Maybe it is a pole or a person is standing. Maybe it is a pole or person. That means, so Manushyatvam, you are seeing the Manushyatvam and also you are seeing the Sthanutvam and not able to decide. This is Ayathartha Gnana. That means, if you see pole as pole, then it is Yathartha Gnana, Yathartha Anubhava. But if you are not able to decide and just in this dilemma, this is Ayathartha Anubhava. Yes, this is Ayathartha Anubhava. But when you come to that, yes, this is pole, then it is Yathartha Anubhava. That's why Samshaya comes under where? Comes under the Ayathartha Anubhava. Next, Mithyagnanam Viparyayaha. Mithyagnanam Viparyayaha. After a few days back, I said that 2 days back, in the first day class, I said Ayathartha Anubhava means, no, yesterday's class. Ayathartha Anubhava means what? Mithya, I said. Brahma, I said, Brahma. But now I am classifying Ayathartha Anubhava in detail. Try to understand. So, Mithya Gnanam Viparyayaha. False knowledge about that object. Example, Ayathartha Anubhava, second category is what? Viparyayaha. Opposite knowledge. The object is what? Seashell. Is a seashell. And you are seeing seashell as this is silver. By seeing seashell, you are getting the knowledge. This is silver. This is what? Mithya Gnanam. It is also known as Viparyaya. This comes under the Ayathartha Anubhava. Next one is what? Third one, Tarkaha. Vyapyaropena vyapakaropastarkaha yatha yadi vahinirna syat tarhi dhomopi na syat iti. You are not able to decide. You are not able to decide whether fire is there or not. So you are seeing the smoke and you are not able to decide that whether there is a fire is there or not. And you are seeing, so, and in the question that, so if there is a, there is a question is there now. If in this top of the hill there is no fire, we cannot see the smoke. If there is no fire, then there could not be smoke. Because especially when it happens, you are seeing the something coming out from the mountain, from the hill. It looks like smoke, but you are not able to decide that it is also smoke. Yes, something looking like smoke. Then in that case, you will be thinking, if there is no fire in this hill, there is no possibility of the smoke also. So that's why whether I should consider this smoke or not. If you are confirmed that this is a smoke, then you can confirm that there is fire. But if you are not able to confirm that is a smoke also, and then you cannot confirm there is a fire, so then you'll be getting the tarka. You'll be thinking, keep on thinking. If to make this as a fire, smoke, there should be a fire. That means if there is no fire, there cannot be a smoke. And like that, you are stuck in here. This is known as Tarka, and this is also comes under the ayathartha anubhavaha. Okay. This is a little thing about, that's why now you are using the Sabda Pramāṇa and learning about the Lord. So there is a universe is there, creation is there, and someone should be creator. Who is that creator? Big Bang Theory is the creator. Krishna is the creator. Or otherwise, who is the creator? I'm hearing different things from the different sources. Shiva is the creator. What is this? This is samshaya. This is ayathartha anubhava. Viparyaya means, oh, acha. So Shiva is the ultimate creator. So ultimate creator is a Shiva. Yes. This is Viparyaya. This is Viparyaya. And maybe, so if Krishna should be a creator, he should be beginning of everything. And is he really beginning of everything or not? How to understand this? Like that you are stuck in there. So that's the tarka actually. So when all these samshaya, viparyaya and tarka are finished, that is known as shraddha. In the case of pure devotion, I am explaining, when you are free from the samshaya, viparyaya and tarka, then you are concluding that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, I am the servant of him. Then this is completely, this understanding is, that means this kind of, so yathartha anubhava. Yathartha anubhava means, so here anubhava is not direct like pratyaksha, it is through the shabda. Through the shabda, this kind of yathartha anubhava happens, then he is the person who has the full shraddha and entering into the pure devotion. Okay, so ayathartha anubhava and yathartha anubhava. So how to get the yathartha anubhava? We have, so that's why we should get yathartha anubhava. We should be free from the ayathartha anubhava and we should be about the absolute truth. In the case of absolute truth, I am saying. So in deciding the absolute truth, deciding the creator of this whole universe, we should be getting the yathartha anubhava. So then for that, we have 10 out of the 10 pramanas, we are taking only 3 because remaining 7 are considered. So all coming under these 3. So now we have to see these 3 are producing the yathartha anubhava. Are they producing all the time yathartha anubhava or not? Is there any lacking in them? This we have to analyze. Yes? So this is the point. So our goal is clear. We want to achieve pure devotion. We want to free from the samshaya, viparyaya and tarka. In relation of what? Pure devotion, those people only can achieve who got the yathartha anubhava. That means, that's a Srila Jiva Goswami says, Shraddha is the part of the what? Understanding. Understanding of the truth. That is properly hearing about the truth and understanding that. That means free from the tarka, free from the samshaya, viparyaya and tarka. This has to, so important and it has to be noted actually. Why we are studying these all things? It's not the just for the mental gratification, we are not, intellectual gratification, we are not studying. We should understand what is the role of the scriptures in our devotional life. What is the right mean? And we should be systematically approaching the procedure given by our acharyas. That's a devotional process. Just one more point I will add, and I will take the questions for the 2-3 minutes. Then I will start So start analyzing the three Pramāṇas. Okay. So now Smriti Gnana. So Smriti Gnana I want to mention because Gnanam is two types. So Samskara Janyam Gnanam, Smriti Gnanam, Tadibinnam, Anubhava Gnanam. Okay. Anubhava is producing Samskara, Samskaras are producing the Smriti. So Smriti Gnanam is also two types. Smriti Gnanam is also two types. Smriti Gnanam is dependent on what? Samskaras. Samskaras are dependent on what? Anubhava. Anubhava is how many types? Anubhava is two types or not? So one is the Yathartha Anubhava, another is Ayathartha Anubhava. Ayathartha Anubhava will be producing the Ayathartha Samskaras, and those are all leading to the Ayathartha Smriti Gnana. Yathartha Anubhava is producing the Yathartha Samskaras, and Yathartha Samskaras are producing the Yathartha Smriti. In this way, Smriti is two types. So that's why if you make the Smriti Samskaras with Ayathartha Anubhava, then that will lead to the Ayathartha Smriti. Okay. This is the basic thing. Now we are entering, after this we'll enter into the Jiva Goswami's main text. Till now we give background only. Then real text will start after this. So let me find some questions. Till now what I said. So only 4 or 5 people only I can entertain because I have time constraint. Okay. Apurva. Prabhu or Mataji, I don't know.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Prabhuji, starting earlier paragraph where we were talking about Indian philosophy and the various pramanas that they accept. So Prabhuji, we have mentioned that the names of the pramanas that they accept. So does it implicitly means that they reject the other names which are not mentioned therein?
Yes, implicitly meaning that they don't feel that those are all pramanas. Example, Buddhist, they don't accept Shabda Pramana. They say that Pratyaksha Anumana is enough. Or sometimes they may consider implicit of that also. Example is now Jiva Goswami is considering 3 means he is not rejecting other 7. He is saying that those are all included in this. This also possibility is there. And some places, some they are rejecting actually, purposefully. Like the Charvakas, so they accept only Pratyaksha and they think remaining all any sources according to their doctrines. Everything is just that is not Pramāṇa.
Yes.
They don't accept there is a supreme personality of Godhead and from the beginningless there is a Veda. No, they don't accept this. So that is impossible according to their doctrines. So that's why they don't accept it as a source. Okay, next, Pradeep Kumar.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. You mentioned that this one, Smriti is dependent on samskaras. Samskaras are dependent on Anubhava. Then it is in both the 3 of them are connected. Then it's only one knowledge. Why you say 2 types of knowledge?
So, but those 2 are the 2 different. Anubhava is producing Smriti
samskaras.
also.
Yeah.
You simply, Prabhu, it's not a question at all. It's not a question at all because what we are saying, Anubhava is producing samskara and from the samskara it is coming Smriti, not directly. So directly coming, then that is known as Yathartha Anubhava. And it is made as a samskara and from that it is coming Smriti. What is this? So question should be very proper and straight. Yeah. So Amalatma Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandvat Pranam.
Yeah.
My question, my query, in fact, is from the last session that we attended. I am not very clear on the role of Ahankara in the entire activity of the Jnana. And the other doubt is about the Vyapti. What does Vyapti, you said, is niyama or rule, but in the dictionary, this does not show that way. So I just wanted you to kindly clarify that.
Yeah, Vyapti is a technical term. According to the Nayayikas, it is a technical term. It's a Nayayikas term. Vyapti is a Nayayikas term, and it's a school term actually. That means the school of Nayayikas, they use this Vyapti word. Like every school, they have their, paribhashika sabdas. That means according to their school, they define the meaning for that. We cannot see. So here consider Vyapti meaning in general. Vyapti means so pervasion actually. So that meaning we should not take. Vyapti means the connection between the sadhya and sadhana. Sadhya and hetu otherwise. The connection between the sadhya and hetu. Here sadhya is the fire and hetu is the smoke. And we are seeing the connection between these two. Yatra yatra dhumaha tatra tatra vahini. Wherever there is a smoke, there is fire. This is the connection actually. So we are seeing the relationship between the sadhya and hetu, and that knowledge is known as Vyapti. It's a technical term of the Nayayikas. Next, one question. So Anuja Rani Mataji. Anju. Sorry. Unmute, please. Yeah.
Dandavat Pranam Prabhuji. Prabhuji, I did not get Arsa Parampara.
Voice is not clear, sorry. So I will take the questions after the class. Let me continue my discussion because we have time limit 10 days only and we should finish the things in the 10 days. So sorry. So I will, after class, I will entertain. So long time, it means more time I will give. So if you are burning questions, I could expect that, but okay, fine. So we'll continue our discussion. After this, I will take once again all of your questions, please. So now you have to open your new file, whatever I shared in the today's morning. So please, so open that, and from there I'm going to speak now. So our goal is what? We should be free from the ayathartha gnanam, also ayathartha smriti. Smriti is ayathartha smriti also. And also we should be free from the ayathartha anubhava. Ayathartha smriti and ayathartha anubhava, we should be free from this. Ayathartha smriti is coming from where? Ayathartha anubhava only. So that's why, and ayathartha anubhava should become yathartha anubhava. Yathartha anubhava comes from what? From the right pramāṇa, proper right pramāṇa. This is the file. Even though there are 10 pramanas of humans like Pratyaksha, Anumana, and so and so, still Tattva Sandarbha, I am noting where this file, whatever I am seeing, this Devanagari, this is the Tattva Sandarbha Sarva Samvadini. What is the Sarva Samvadini? You might be not knowing this. Sarva Samvadini is the commentary on the Tattva Sandarbha Mula. So this is the book actually I am referring to, use the Mula only. So in this bold letters, black letters, this is the Mula. On this Sarva Samvadini is there. This Sarva Samvadini we are going to discuss actually. From here onwards, our subject discussion begins. So now in our plate, there are 3 pramanas are there. Of course, there are total 10, but we consider those are all inclusive of these 3 only, somehow or other. So that's why if we analyze among these 3, who is the best, then we can come to know the best pramana, and from that we get the anubhava. Then that will be erasing the ayadhartha anubhava and also erasing the ayadhartha smriti. Then finally we'll be developing the yathartha anubhava, means yathartha gnanam, and you'll be getting yathartha smriti and yathartha anubhava, that is yathartha gnanam, and that is nothing but the that yathartha gnanam, from where we should take, that we are going to establish, that is nothing but the Śāstra. Śāstra gnanam is the yathartha gnanam, and that yathartha gnanam is what? Is nothing but the telling about the pure devotion, and believing that in that yathartha gnanam is nothing but the Shraddha, and that is the entry door for the pure devotion. This is the goal. Okay? But how can you say Pratyaksha and Anumana are not useful to give the Yathartha Anubhava all the time? How can you say this? We have to establish this. And also Shabda means what we should take here. Shabda means, can we take Arsha and everything? Anything? That means Aitihi also can be considered as Shabda. What is the proper meaning of the Shabda? That also we should analyze. So now let us begin. Yadyapi pratyakshanumana shabdarshopamana ardhapatyabhava sambhava aitihya cheshtakyani dasha pramanani viditani tathapi brahma pramada vipralapsa karna patava dosharahita vachanatmaka shabda eva moolam pramanam. What it mean? The translation is there, as it is translation. You don't need to worry actually about this. So we did the translation of everything. You should start from here. Whatever I studied Sanskrit, for that, this is the translation. Yadyapi means, even though there are 10 pramanas of humans, that means in this whole world, I said na, this whole creation, just let me use my board. For humans, there are 10 pramanas. What are those 10 pramanas? Pratyaksha, Anumana, Shabda, Upamana, Arsha, Ardhapatti, Anupalabdhi, Sambhava, Aitihya, Abhava, Aitihya, Cheshta. Okay? Like 10 pramanas we have. Out of these 10 pramanas, we summarize this into 3. These 10 we summarize into 3 pramanas. What are those 3? Pratyaksha, Anumana, and Shabda. 3 pramanas are there. Even though all these are all there, this Pratyaksha and Anumana are what? Purushadi. That means it is influenced by 3 defects. That's what those Brahma, Pramāṇa, and Karnapāṭu. And Anumana is dependent on the Pratyaksha. And also in the Anumana Pramāṇa, Vipralipsa also is influencing. Vipralipsa. Vipralipsa means what? Cheating. That means one boy is seeing the smoke and there is a fire. That means he is seeing the smoke on the hill and there should be a fire. That is a conclusion. But he is having a cheating tendency. He is having the cheating tendency. And then what? He came to then he is explaining this Anumana to someone. What cheating he made? So he is saying that there is no smoke. So that's why there is no fire. He is saying about the hill to someone. What he is saying? There is no smoke, or otherwise he is saying that cheating tendency. He is saying to, like example, one boy is there and one blind person is beside to him. That blind person also know if there is a smoke, there should be a fire. And this boy is seeing the smoke. This boy is seeing the smoke, but he is having the cheating tendency, and he is telling to that blind person, so my dear friend, there is some fog is there on the top of the hill, not this smoke. Then what this blind person will come to conclusion? Oh, fog is there, so that's why there is no fire. But actually truth is what? Smoke is there and there is a fire. There is a fire on the hill. This knowledge should be produced. But here, what knowledge is produced for the blind person? Fog is there, that's why there is no smoke on the top of the hill. There in the blind person's case, that Anumana Pramāṇa, because of the Hetu is cheated, that means in the case of Hetu, there is a cheating information got, then ultimately he came to the conclusion of the wrong thing. And he thought that there is no fire, and he climbed to the top of the fire and he was burnt. Finished. So this can happen. So that's why there is a chance of the Vipralipsa. So most of the Pramāṇas are coming under the Pratyaksha and Anumana, Upalabdhi and so, all are also Arthapatti, they are all. So inclusion of this. Shabda is including of what? Arsha. Aitihya. These are all there. So Shabda also you cannot consider, that means under the Shabda we consider Arsha and Aitihya also. So can we say, and also Chesta, so these are all considered under this Shabda. So all these are all correct. So that means all these, that means Shabda, Arsha, Aitihya. Shabda means you can consider as a Veda, Arsha, and the Chesta. All together as considered as Shabda, Veda Pramāṇa. Can you take all these as authentic or free from the 4 defects? No. Arsha can be affected by the 4 defects. Aitihya also can be affected by the 4 defects. So Chesta also can be affected by the 4 defects. So then what kind of Shabda can be the free from the 4 defects? What kind of Shabda can be taken as a authentic source for Gnana? For authentic source for the Gnana. What can you take as authentic source for the Gnana? That Shabda only you can take authentic source for the Gnana, which is free from the four defects. Arsha, Aitihya, Cheshta, all these can be influenced by the Vipralipsa. And also, those can be involved the other three defects also. But that Shabda only we should consider as the authentic, which is free from the four defects. That's why Jiva Goswami, what he is saying, I am going to consider Shabda means not the Arsha, not the Aitihya, not the Cheshta and so and so. Maybe they are true for some time, but that Shabda will be the always true. That Shabda can be always true. That means my main point is Pratyaksha and Anumana also they are true for some time. That's why we are considered, these are all as Yathartha Anubhava. But we want to get such a Pramāṇa which gives always true knowledge. Anumana is prone to the defects, prone to give the wrong knowledge, prone to produce the wrong knowledge. Pratyaksha is prone to produce the wrong knowledge. Arsha, Aitihya, they are all also considered as Shabda, but they are also prone to give the wrong knowledge. But then what kind of Shabda can be considered as free from these all? So, which can give the always right knowledge? That Shabda can give the right knowledge always, which is coming from the such a source free from four defects. Free from four defects. So that's why he's saying Brahma Pramādi Karna. You can see that Shabda only we consider, we can consider as the root for all. Brahma Pramādi Vipralipsa Karna Patava Dosha Rahita Vachanatmakaha Shabda. So those sentences which are having the origin of what? Origin which is free from these four defects. And from that source, whatever the sentences are coming, and that Shabda is the always giving the right knowledge. Arsha, so Aitihya and Cheshta and so and so also can be prone to give the wrong knowledge, produce the wrong knowledge. So that's why. So we are going to consider Shabda means Brahmadi Dosha Rahitaha Vachanatmakaha Shabdaha Vachanatmakaha Shabdaha. Brahma Pramāda Vipralapsa Karna Patava Dosha Rahita Vachanatmaka Shabdaha is the Shabda. Okay, we'll be discussing this tomorrow. So thank you very much. So we'll be just revise whatever I told in today's class, different Pramāṇas and so and so. Then we'll be discussing further tomorrow. We'll be establishing. Shabda is the perfect, we are saying. Any Shabda, Arsha also is a Shabda. Can we take it? Then we have to refine that also. Then we are going to refine that. And then we are finally. So Shabda means it should be what? It should be free from the four defects. Others are not free from the four defects. That's why we are not considering. Then who is that free from the four defects? That is the Śāstra. Why only that Śāstra? So that we are going to discuss many things. And also what is the relationship with the other Pramāṇas like Pratyaksha and Anumana. So how they are so dependent on this kind of Shabda, how they are inferior. So many things we are going to discuss in the tomorrow's class. Okay, thank you very much. Any questions or comments? Let us. Dr. Prakash Parekh.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Pranam Prabhuji.
Pranam.
I just wanted to know what is the kind of a flow that we have for the 15-page handout that has been given. I'm getting pretty confused.
Let me have my. 1 second, Prabhu.
No problem, Prabhuji.
Class is over. If anyone wants to leave, they can leave. Yes, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandot Pranam Prabhuji.
Yeah.
I just wanted to know what kind of a flow that we have in the 15-page layout handout that has been given. I get pretty confused in between.
Okay, 1 second. 15 page. In 15th page, we discussed Śāstra. Yes?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Śāstra is there. No? Then after that, we are seeing the opinion of the Jiva Goswami. And also other sages. And different schools, how they accept these different Pramāṇas and how the Jiva Goswami is accepting. That is there in the 15th page. Yes, that is 15 or 16 actually.
Yeah. So, Prabhuji, I just wanted to know, what is given on the, how does it flow? Because on the first page, it gives English language knowledge, then it gives few slokas, then it goes into getting us 10 Pramāṇas, like that. So, I just wanted to know the flow of it.
So, flow is like this.
Yes, Prabhuji.
First and foremost, you'll be having about the Pramāṇa, Prameya, Pramata, and so on. And that is just explained in single words. Knowledge after that, Prama, knowledge is known as Prama, and Prameya, Pramata is a knower, and Pramāṇa is just one time explained. Then after that, so we are discussing about knowledge in detail actually. Knowledge means, so that is two types. Knowledge is two types. That is Anubhava. That's knowledge means Gnanam. That's Sarva Vyavahara Hetuhu Gunaha Gnanam. The one which is cause for the daily dealings is known as Gnanam. So now then that is two types. That is the Smriti and the Anubhava. And the Smriti is the produced from this. That's in the Sanskrit actually. But in the Sanskrit, there is no translation here. So translation is different, and the Sanskrit is Sanskrit is there, and but the translation is not exactly equal to this. Thus, I explained in the class. So because someone asked me to give the Sanskrit also, that's why I kept the Sanskrit here. But to get this simple way, so English is there, but English is not exact translation of this Sanskrit. Okay. So that's why you might be having some difference you might be seeing. English is taken from our books like Gopi Pardhan Prabhu also translated. So from there we have taken, and also something is added. So that is the thing. But now in the class, how we discussed the first and foremost Gnanam, that is two types. That is followed. So that you can see in the Sanskrit, but Sanskrit translation in English, it's not translated actually. So maybe that is the thing you might be missing. You can get this English for this Sanskrit when you find Tarka Sangraha in English. So then you can find the English translation for this. But I didn't get that much time, and I supplied that. If I get, then I'll give that also. So this Sanskrit is saying, so Gnanam is two types, the Smriti and the Anubhava. Anubhava is two types, Yathartha and Ayathartha. And Yathartha means what? So seeing the thing as it is. That means Tadvati Tat Prakaraha. The Sanskrit is very simple actually. Here, whatever I explained, that is the only thing. Yeah, like this is.
Yes, and Prabhuji, thank you very much. Most difficult subject you are explaining so well. We are very happy. Thank you very much, Prabhuji. Dandot Pranam again.
Pranam Prabhu. So, yeah. Vrajanand Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Pranam. So it's about Shabda Pramāṇa. It is said in our society sometimes that the knowledge is valid only if it's received by a living person. with providing the Shabda. So what is the validity of the source if the source is not alive? Is there any difference?
Shabda is nothing but what is the which is that is Shabda. Shabda is not whatever coming from the authority to source is known as Shabda. But that is general definition. But if you have to refine that also, you cannot simply say that whatever coming from the authority to source is Shabda, but we have to refine it, and we are saying the source, which is the Shabda which is coming from the authority, definitely, which is free from the four defects. Which is free from the four defects. That is a Shabda. Okay? So, if someone is explaining as it is what is there in the Śāstra, then since he's telling what is there in the Śāstra as it is. Like example, so in Śāstra, it is said that cow is an auspicious animal. And he is repeating, cow is an auspicious animal. This is what? This is the some noise is coming. Rajanand Prabhu, can you mute it? Yeah. Then this is authentic. He's just repeating. Because here this Śāstra, that's a Veda, which is free from the four defects. So from there, he is repeating. He is just acting as a postman. And he is not telling his sentence. There is no Brahma Pramāṇa Karna Pāṭa Prilipsa in this process. So Śāstra is free from this. That we are going to establish anyway. Free from the Brahma Pramāṇa Karna Pāṭa and the Prilipsa. So that is the Shabda actually. That is the Shabda. Now your point is, the person who is giving that knowledge is living or non-living. That is different actually. Guru should be living or non-living. That's your question is different actually. You are mixing, I think you are mixing two things.
No. I'm speaking about specifically about Srila Prabhupada, who is devoid of all four defects, but is not present on earth. And it is said sometimes that we cannot receive his knowledge through a tape, and the disciple cannot receive the knowledge through the tape. So he should have another living person to impart him the knowledge. So this is his point. Is the validity of the Shabda of Srila Prabhupada.
Okay. So, Vaidusha Pratyaksham, that means those who have seen the truth. That means Vaidusha Pratyaksham, I said, those are all free from the four defects. So then, whatever they say, that is free from the four defects. Then that is also considered as Shabda. Because according to our definition, Shabda means what? Which is free from the four defects. And Prabhupada says that I am not giving anything myself. And being his exalted devotee, he never said that I am free from the four defects. He says that whatever I am saying, that is from the Śāstra, which is free from the four defects. I don't have any speculation or anything. That's why Bhagavad Gita as it is. I am giving as it is. Whatever is there, I am giving. Because, but Shabda, what is there in the Śāstra, that means sentences. So, everyone can read and know? No, actually, it's not possible. Then there is a need of a teacher, actually. That's why Guru also is needed. That Guru will be presenting the meaning of that words as it is to the Shishya. Because Shishya, he cannot access, like patient is there. Medical shop is fully filled of the full medicines. So patient cannot know what is his disease and what kind of medicine he should take. So that's why there is one doctor is needed. Of course, doctor is not manufacturing any medicine. He is prescribing, he is giving everything from the shop only. So similarly, like shop is like a Śāstra, Guru is like a doctor, and patient is a student, disciple. So we have disease and we cannot go and take the medicine from the medical shop as we like. Of course, medicines are authentic, are curing the disease. So that's why Guru is needed. But Guru is he manufacturing anything? No, he is giving from the shop. Medicine is giving from the shop. Like this. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Devendra Bhatt.
Hare Krishna. As mentioned, under Anubhava, there is Yathartha Anubhava and Ayathartha. So Yathartha is Prama and Ayathartha is Brahma. So Prama is right knowledge. And under that, we have 10 Pramanas, majorly 3. So when these 3 Pramanas, since if you consider Pratyaksha, it is not free from defect. So if in case of a defective Pratyaksha Pramana, so will it fall under Prama category only, or will it be under Brahma category? This Prama is right knowledge.
Yeah. So Prama, it can be Prama. That's why we consider it as under the Prama. We are not, but we are now getting the further refining. What is that further refining? So yes, so you cannot say that all the time Pratyaksha is giving the Brahma only. It's completely useless. You cannot say. Example, you are seeing the pen and eyes are witness and they are giving the right information. This is object is pen. This information they are giving. You cannot simply exclude the thing. But we want such a Pramāṇa which is always Pramāṇa, which cannot be sometimes, that means Apramāṇa. That means which cannot fall under the Ayathartha Anubhava. That thing we want. That's why we are refining actually. Then we are saying Brahmadi dosha chatushtaya rahita vachanatmakaha shabdaha. That is the shabda we want to consider, which is free from the 4 defects.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
But so further refinement, we are going.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. Hema.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Pranam. Prabhuji, this is concerning the Ayathartha Anubhava, where we have considered Sanshaya, Viparya, and Tarka. Now, Sanshaya, as I understand, is considering many possibilities. Like if I look at a rope, I am not sure whether it's a rope or a snake. Viparya is probably the wrong information, that looking at the rope, I draw the conclusion that it is a snake. Now, how do we apply Tark in this example, Prabhuji? This is just to have more clarity on what Tark is.
Tarka, yes. I give the example of Hanuman. Tarka is there means still you are not concluded about that object. What is that? That means you didn't come to the final, that means Prama. Yes. You went to near to the hill. You are seeing the smoke, but you are not able to identify whether it is a smoke or not. That's why you are not able to come to the conclusion that Prama, that there is a fire on the hill. So you are seeing some kind of, some kind of impossibility. That means it may not be a smoke. If there should be a smoke, there should be a fire. So that means Tarka, you went to that. That means if you want to decide this as a smoke, there should be fire. But to decide fire, you should confirm that this is a smoke. There you are stuck. Okay.
But Prabhuji, even in Sanshaya, we have the same probability where we are confused whether it is this or it is a pole or it is a man, the example which you gave. There also we are not able to come to any conclusion.
But that is different and this is different. You are seeing the multiple dharmas in the one object. For the samshaya. Here you are finding the tarka actually. So to decide this as a smoke, you are putting the tarka. What? there should be a fire. Without fire, there will be no smoke. Here, tarka is there. What in the pole case? What kind of tarka is there? Tell me. Okay.
Yes, Prabhuji, understood.
Yeah.
Thank
It's
you
just,
so much.
yeah.
I understood. Yes, thank you so much.
Sudha Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Dandavad Pranam. My question was also related to the same Tarka and Samshaya and Viparyaya. So Samshaya is some kind of a doubt, and Viparyaya is opposing knowledge or opposite knowledge, and Tarka is some kind of logic. So can we call Tarka as some kind of an argument, Prabhu? Is that a correct?
Yes, that is argument.
Before
coming to the conclusion, the arguments goes. Arguments are there means right knowledge still is not produced.
So in Tarka, that means there is some conclusion which you have to reach, and that conclusion you are not able to reach because your doubt is still existing.
Yeah, doubt may be the cause, but Tarka is there, and so that arguments are there, and those has to be nullified. So then you are in the right knowledge. So that's why
that means the conclusion will be correct. That there is a fire on the hill. That conclusion will be correct only when there is. Okay, Prabhu, I understood this.
So that's why conclusion, right understanding means it should be free from the Samshaya, Viparyaya, and Tarka. Coming. So that means what is Shraddha? Shraddha means what? Wait, first of all, wait. What is Shraddha? Shraddha means the conclusion, understanding the conclusions of the Śāstra and believing that. So Shraddha is the outcome of what? The right understanding. That means right knowledge, getting the right knowledge of the Śāstras. That is outcome. So Shraddha is nothing but right understanding of the knowledge. If there is no right understanding, then Shraddha is weak. So then right understanding means it should be free from these three things. Ayathartha Anubhava, it should be free from the Ayathartha Anubhava. That means Samshaya, Viparya, and Tarka, it should be free from these three. Okay? Now you ask.
And one more thing, Prabhu. This Smriti, Ayathartha Smriti, in that also these three defects will be there, no? These three, there is Tarka, and that will come in Ayathartha Smriti also.
Ayathartha Anubhava will be causing Ayathartha Samskaras. Ayathartha Samskaras will be giving the Ayathartha Smriti.
So in that also these defects will be there, no? These three problems will be the Tarka.
Yes. Ayathartha Smriti also will be hitting this. And when you get, but anyway Smriti is depending on the Yathartha Anubhava only. When you write, you'll make the Yathartha Anubhava right, clear. Then that Ayathartha Smriti will be finished and Yathartha Smriti will come.
Yes. Yes, Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Archana Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Please accept my humble obeisances. Can you hear me?
Yes, Mataji.
Prabhu, Sarva Samvadini is the commentary for the Mula, right, Prabhu? Then what is that? Tarka Sangraha, Prabhu?
Sarva Samvadini is the Mula, no, not Mula. Sarva Samvadini is the commentary of the
Mula.
Tattva Sandarbha. No, Mula. Not only Tattva Sandarbha, it is Sarva Samvadini is there for Bhagavad Sandarbha, Paramatma Sandarbha, and Krishna Sandarbha. So it is simply Sarva Samvadini is a commentary on the four Sandarbhas.
All written by Jiva Goswami only.
Yes.
And what is Tarka Sangraha?
Tarka Sangraha is a book, is a Nayayika's beginner's book. So, which is written by Annam Bhatta.
Annam Bhatta. Okay. Okay, thank you.
Navavatar. Namavatar.
Hare Krishna. Just wanted to have the clarity on the Pramāṇas. These two, only these two, Prabhuji. The Anupalipti and this Aitya. So, what are they? I mean, how you can differentiate them? The Sambhava is okay, that 100 rupees has 10 rupees, certainly.
Inclusive. Sambhava means inclusive. And Anupalabdhi. So you are not there in the beginning of class. Is there now?
It was a little fast. I could not pick it up. Please, sorry.
Okay. Okay, no problem. Anupalabdhi means, so example you can take. There is a book, and book can be experienced. That means pratyaksha, by the pratyaksha. That means you can anubhava gnana of the book you can get through the eyes. That object is like that. But the absence of book is not possible to perceive through the eyes. Because it's an absence of object. According to Nayayikas, absence of the object is also one padartha, one object. But that cannot be. That means Rupagrahyam Chakshuhu. Nayayikas, what they say? They define their axioms like that. Rupagrahya Chakshuhu. Chakshu, eyes can absorb or they capture only the rupa, form.
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
And absence of the book is also one padartha. Is it having any form?
No.
No. So that means absence of the book, can you perceive through the eyes? No.
No. Yes.
Only you can capture the presence of the book.
Okay.
Okay. So now on the table you are seeing the, so you are now in the table. There is no book. So that's why the experience of book is not there. So from this you are concluding that there is absence of the book. Since there is no experience of the book, that's why we are coming to that there is absence of the book. Here absence of the book is coming. This knowledge is produced through the Anupalabdhi. Since presence of the book I am not able to get. Anupalabdhi means I am not able to experience. Upalabdhi means experience. Anupalabdhi means not experiencing. Since I am not experiencing the book, so I am concluding that there is an absence of the book.
So how can
but we are not seeing the absence of the book with the eyes.
Okay.
Because it should be having the form.
Yes.
To see the if you want to see that object, absence of the book, that should be having the form, but that is not having any form.
Yes.
So that's why they act.
Yes. Sorry. Please continue.
So that's why we are accepting this pramana. Actually, Anupalabdhi, who not we, these guys, those Nayayikas, because their axioms are like that they define. So that's the thing. Okay, now you ask me.
Yes. So sir, how can it be a pramana? That is confusing. If there is absence and it is just said the eyes can perceive which is what is there. So if it is absence, and according to the Nyayika, when the thing, it is totally false. No? So how can we take it as Pramāṇa?
So Pramāṇa, how it is becoming, I will tell. Anupalabdhi, that means not experiencing book only is the producing the knowledge. Now, Anupalabdhi means what? Not experiencing of object. What is that? Book. We are not experiencing the book. So this is the Pramāṇa, is producing what knowledge? Absence of the book. Absence of the book is a knowledge.
Okay.
It is produced from where? So not experiencing the book.
Okay, we see this way. Okay, Prabhu.
Yeah.
Got it. And Prabhu, this Aithiya, can you just give us a short tip?
Aithiya, we don't know what is the source of that knowledge, but it is coming from the generation after the generation, generation after the generation. But when it began, we don't. But we accept and we follow, like some kind of traditions, like in the marriage or in some other functions, or some utsavas in the temple or in the village. So they follow some kind of traditions. We don't find the source for them either in the Vedas or anywhere. So this is known as Aitihya.
So can this be also Shabda Pramāṇa? Because this is coming from ascending knowledge. That's what we read in Bhagavad Gita.
Yeah. But it is coming from, it's kind of Shabda, but can we consider Aitihya as the perfect one? No. Because we don't know the source of this. So that's why we consider Shabda also, among the Shabda also, that Shabda only we consider, which is having the origin, which is free from the 4 defects. That Shabda only we accept.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna. Rameshwari Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
So this is Aidigam, that thing. In Vrindavan also.
Aitihya.
Yeah, in Tamil we say Aidigam.
There is no ha for them actually.
No, it is there, but it is we are not supposed to use because it is a North Indian language like that. Aryan for that. Yeah, but this word is there, Prabhu. Aidigam. They call it Aidigam.
But it is Aitihya actually.
Aitihya.
It's a Sanskrit word. It's a Sanskrit word. It's not the North Indian or South Indian. It's the original language. Yeah. Anyway, that's a language dispute we'll discuss later. Ask me.
Yeah. Prabhu, this like in Vrindavan and all, we will see that they will say this is the footprint of Lord Krishna. This is where Krishna did this. This is where like that. So many things we hear, no? So how to believe that under this Pramāṇa like that? Can you throw some light?
Yeah, this is Aitihya actually. Good. This is Aitihya. That means this is the place where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu performed some leelas. And this is this. Like that we say. We don't find any book. That means Vedas. Oh, in this corner of this Vrindavan, so Chaitanya Mahaprabhu so performed Leela. Did we find any place in the book, Śāstra, in the Vedas? No. But we accept this. So because some perfected beings like Rupa Sanatana and otherwise, so Srila Bhakti Siddhanta, so he discovered all these places. Like the Jagannath Das Babaji, he discovered this is the place where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's the birthplace. This is that. Gaur Kishore Das Babaji. So Bhakti Thakur brought him and then he was jumping actually. This is the place. Because he's a perfect being, free from the 4 defects. And that person is validating. So that's why we are following.
Okay.
So Aitihya is not necessary that all the time right. Maybe that's why it may be false also. That's why we are going. So Shabda means it should be free from the 4 defects. And we may trace out and we may not trace out. So in the case of Aitihya. So that's why we consider what is the one which is free from the 4 defects. So what kind of Shabda, which Shabda is free from the 4 defects? If I ask, then we are going to say that is a Veda, that is a Śāstra, Veda only. And remaining all these things, of course, once if we accept Veda and you are trained in the Guru Parampara, and then after that, you have understood these are all also perfected beings, then you accept the statement of the Gaur Kishore Das Babaji. So that's it. The original thing is everyone can accept that the Veda is the free from the 4 defects. That's why we cannot discuss now. Aitihya is now see Prabhu is also free from the 4 defects. But this needs the question actually. It will come one question. So why I should accept Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj? Then why I have to accept your parampara? So many things will come. So that's why. So to stop arguments, we are saying Shabda means that is a Shabda which is free from the 4 defects. Then what is that? What is that? That we'll discuss. That is nothing but Veda.
Okay. Yes.
Okay. Any questions? Yes, Jagan Mohini Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Yes,
I want to ask about this phenomenal laws of nature. Now we are talking about now Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's footprints and all we accept it. Now similarly now we have law of gravity. Okay. Now some laws are discovered and they are hidden laws already existing. So how do we establish its authenticity based on what we discussed here in Shabda Pramāṇa and all? The discovery of law.
Discovery of the laws. Who discovered?
Now Newton has discovered.
Yeah, Newton discovered.
Yeah.
So Newton is discovered. And how can we say it is free from the 4 defects? How can you say? So can you bring this into the equal level of the, that means can you say this is free from the 4 defects? Brahmadi dosha rahitam. The statements given by the Newton. So if we are not able to prove this, then we cannot consider it as a Shabda. Or it cannot consider it as a free from the 4 defects. And then we cannot, we can rule it out actually. Because it may be some results it is giving, but doesn't mean that it is free from the 4 defects. Even the eyes also giving some results. We are seeing the things and identifying. But we cannot say that eyes are always giving the right information. Similarly, some scientific research is giving some results. You cannot say that all the time that is true.
Yeah, all the time it is not true, but in this specific case, like this, suppose there are hidden laws, and which these laws are real laws, and they are true, but it has been discovered. And so, like, I mean, how do we corroborate it from our wisdom of saying, so that we accept it then?
Okay. That means you want to convince the scientist?
Yeah, that it is basically we have to convince that it has been corroborated by our Vedanta wisdom, our Bhagavata wisdom. That is, this is authentic. This laws of gravity is true because the discovery has followed this few rules, like, you know, what is given in the Shabda or something. Because the law of gravity is true. They are hidden laws, and they are the laws given by the Creator. It is existing, and the phenomenal world works as per that. Only thing,
yes,
it was not in 4. It came out, I mean, it was discovered through an experiment, like. So like that, there are some 17 hidden laws, or 16 or 17 are there, laws of electromagnetic forces. So I was just thinking from our point, you know, like the defects.
Yeah,
and
so if I say that's a very blind way, that means they should know that they are discovering, but they are not manifesting those. So that is the fact. And it's a law, it is a taxing the intelligence, means definitely to understand that it is taxing the intelligence means to create that, then how much intelligence he is taxing, how much intelligence he invested there. So because it is not a random function which is which is there, it is some systematic function is going on. So then systematic thing is there, means there is a systematic, that means the person is so it's not a random process, it's a systematically someone willingly. So some system is there, means something willingness should be there. Someone willingly did this. So then who is that? Then that is the Supreme Lord. And we have to show, that's why so many other proofs. So if it is Supreme, then they will ask, if it is Supreme Lord done, then show me that. So you are saying that Supreme Lord done, and you are saying that Vedas is a free from the defects and it is source of everything. Then we have to show from there actually. Then if you show, so even their facts, what they don't know, then they will accept, oh, this is the thing. So already is the thing is given in the books of the Bhagavatam. Like in the 5th canto, you'll be seeing the various facts actually about the universe, how the manifesting from the 19th chapter onwards, you'll be seeing it till 24. All these chapters you'll be seeing again and again. So it is discussed. So how the universe is not, sun is moving, sun is not stationary, and earth is stationary, and is earth also there is a, so we are in the Bhuman, Bharata Khanda is in this north, the south pole is connected actually. That's why even till now planes cannot move in the southern, that means to go to from the South America to the Australia. So you cannot travel like from the South Pole actually. You always prefer to go to the North Pole only, because so that's connected part actually. That's connected to the Bhumandala. So there you cannot go at all. So such a facts are there, and if we are able to show to them, and if they have to also fail enough. They should not be behind the vipralipsa. If they have cheating tendency, because my business will be stopped, and if I accept this, so then they feel people will become the Bhagavad followers. In the mass, they will become Bhagavad followers. So then they have this kind. Then they have vipralipsa actually. Then the vipralipsa comes. So there's some soberness is there. Then it is okay. But otherwise, it is fact actually. It is established.
Yeah. So even Paramatma is playing a role, no? Paramatma, inspiration.
No, since he is having the bad karma, so then Paramatma is not having any role. So he is giving this smriti apohanam, that means remembrance and the forgetfulness, based upon the willingness of the jiva, that means of this karma. So based upon its karma only. So, but when the Jivatma get the association of devotees and it start willing differently than the karma, that means I want to see you, I want to approach you, I want to please you, then Lord will be reciprocating. That is, then Paramatma and Lord will enter into that. Otherwise, if Jiva is not willing, then it's not. So that's why when devotees go and preach the scientist, that means sadhu is giving the some special desire in that Jiva to think about the further, highest things. Then because of the ability, the power of the sadhu, so they may change actually.
Yeah. Okay, Prabhuji, I'll discuss later. No problem. Hare
Yes.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So any questions? So some devotees say Murali Mohan Prabhu is writing in the chat. So my understanding is that gravity is not discovered; it is just introduced to all of us before gravity existed. Yeah, it's obvious. Its gravity is there in the. So a lot of astronomy is there. There are a lot of Vedic sciences are there, Prabhu. So Vedic sciences like metallurgy, chemistry, and all these astronomy, astrologicals. There are so many sciences. That's why we.
That's why, Prabhu, we cannot say discovered. It's just introduced to us with that some name to all of us. That's I feel. Most of the scientists introduced us.
Yeah, Prabhupada also says the same argument.
Yeah.
Every time he hits with this single argument, he tries to defeat. Yeah. Okay, next. One more question. Among the 10 Pramāṇas, which one are really genuine, absolute and reliable? I feel only 3 of those pratyaksha. So, no, among these 10 Pramāṇas, we are summarizing 10 into 3. But even those 10 also, these 3 also, we cannot rely on 3 as it is. In 3 also, these 2 are having the defect. And also in the Sabda Pramāṇa, we cannot rely Sabda Pramāṇa. So Apta Vakyam, that means any authoritative statement as the Sabda Pramāṇa. No. Even there also we are refining. We are saying that. So which is the free from the 4 defects. The Shabda which is free from the 4 defects. That only we accept. Okay. So any questions? Thank you very much for all of your patient participation. So Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Krupa Sindhubhyevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo. Anant Koti Vaishnava Bhaktivinoda ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.